Hello, soul family, and welcome back to my channel, Euphoric Wisdom. My name is Zaria, but you can call me Zari for short. Before I get started, I would just like to make a little announcement that I am changing around my posting schedule so I can post more on the social media platforms to increase my engagement. So I will now be posting on YouTube every Friday along with my TikTok page starting next week. I will still be posting on my Instagram on Thursdays, but they will be primarily geared towards motivation and coping with current energies. So that is all. Moving on. If you are new to pick a card readings, welcome, and please take whatever resonates and leave the rest. If you already picked your pile, down below in the description or comment section is your timestamp. Moving on to the pile selection, you have 3 piles as well as 3 cool cat images to choose from. So you have pile number 1 with the 𝓲𝓶𝓮 jasper. This is my favorite crystal of all time. The benefits are marvelous. It keeps me grounded. And it is such a beneficial crystal to meditate with. So you have this crystal as well as the image with the cat with the sunglasses. Okay, and then you have the flower agate. I also love this crystal, but that is still also my favorite. And you have the cat being waterboarded in the sink. And then you have pile number 3 with the carnelian heart. Okay. And what image is this one, to my knowledge? I think it's the I can't remember what image it is. It'll be on the screen. But if you have chosen your pile, your crystal, or your image, you can click down below in the description to jump to your timestamp, and I will see you in your reading. Hello, pile number 1. If you chose the 𝓲𝓶𝓮 jasper, welcome to your reading. Before I start, I will mention that I am offering $1 aura readings for 10 minutes on my booking page, and I will have this offer up until the end of November. So if you were interested in booking a reading with me, you can go ahead and click that link down below in the description. All right. So you guys pick the image with the cool cat with the glasses and the scarf, okay? I will immediately say you guys need to prioritize protecting your energy, okay? When you have something covering the head or the eyes, it is a veil. It is a veil, okay? I'm going to go ahead and get more messages with my Modern Witch Tarot deck here, but you guys might have a hard time grounding yourselves. With the 𝓲𝓶𝓮 crystal, I use that crystal to ground myself and become a lot more calmer during meditation. You know, you guys are working on healing your heart chakra, okay? Alright, I welcome my guides, your guides, to come through and help guide me with the messages that I have today for our highest good and highest good only. Okay. You have the 8 of Pentacles. Okay. And she has a hat on. You guys need to protect your crown. Okay, you guys are overthinkers. Okay, you fall victim to overthinking. You guys need to be able to sit down and focus on yourselves. Your energy is being spread out, and every way, shape, and form besides where you need it the most. And you need to give it to yourself. Pile number 1. Okay. Ancestor, spirit guides. If you guys seem to be like the people that can be all over the place when you are out of balance. Okay. Nine of Swords. Are you guys bed rotting? I will say I fall victim to this as well. During the winter times, I suffer from seasonal depression. And once it gets cold, I don't want to do anything, and I just want to stay in bed where it's comfy and warm, and I don't want to do anything all day. So that is not going to do anything but make the situation of being stagnant any better. It's not going to give you the motivation you need. You guys need to reevaluate how you rest. That is very important. Typically, when people have enough of whatever's going on externally, they go home, they may sleep all day, or they may scroll on social media or watch TV all day. And while those things may not be the worst thing to do, when you are dealing with severe depression or even depression in general, where you need the motivation to get up and do what you need to do, you need to be able to change the way you rest. Okay, I had a coworker give me it was like a post that he showed me about having no 0 days. And this was a post about taking little steps to achieve your goals. It doesn't matter if you did 2 jumping jacks. It doesn't matter if you wrote 1 sentence. You at least did something for yourself that day. So, pile number 1, you guys need to reevaluate how you rest. Something in that pattern is not serving you, because when you rest, the way you are doing it is draining you even more. And especially if you suffer from seasonal depression, this is a necessity, because bed rotting is not going to give you that energy to move forward. You guys, if you are putting something off, you are being called to focus in on that. Pick a hobby. But you guys need to focus on your stability, and you guys need to reevaluate the way you guys are going about that. Because when you want to go towards that goal, you need that energy to move forward. Okay, pile number 1. I'm going to get another card here. Ancestor, spirit guides. What does pile number 1 need to know? Okay, Queen of Wands. Okay, and I see the little cat here. Protection. Okay. You guys need to work on your wards if you guys are spiritual, but you guys need to work on protecting your energy. I feel like this is becoming repetitive in this reading, and Spirit wants you to focus in on that, because it's something in your daily routine that is affecting your well-being. And it's not going to get any better unless you do something about it. Okay? Spirit is allowing me to know that you guys are focusing on everything but the bigger picture. So you need to reevaluate yourself and how you handle things. With the Queen of Wands, she embodies that action-taking energy. Okay? And with the Queen of Wands present, I more so associate her with the energy of I did this and I am waiting for the rewards to come through, to come in. The Queen of Wands is action oriented, okay, and having that confidence to do what she wants to do. She holds a position of power. And it seems like you guys aren't able to because of the lack of energy. Okay. You guys need to have a sense of balance. Pile number 1. Uh-oh, did I lose my deck? Oh, no, it's right here. All right, I'm going in with my Rebel deck. Okay, I got some cuss words in it, so I might have to bleep some out because I don't want YouTube to take my video down. But it's supposed to be blunt AF, so if you need to hear it, you will. All right, ancestors, spirit guides, what does pile number 1 need to know right now? What does pile number 1 need to know right now? Stop talking. Shut your mouth and listen. Okay. Okay, with this card, I am getting 2 messages. Some of you are telling people your goals, dreams, aspirations before you even take action on them. And I get another card here where you guys are just word vomit. You guys really are passionate about, you know, talking to people and people getting to know you, but it just seems like you guys talk more than you do. And you guys are being called to talk your talk and walk your walk in silence. Move in silence. And it's not to say everybody or the people you talk to doesn't want to support you. However, some people that you truly care about may be giving you an evil eye, or when you tell these people your goals, you're less motivated to do them. Take it how it resonates in your situation. However, Spirit it keeps reiterating the same thing over and over and over again. It's like being drilled. You guys need to move in silence, and you guys need to prioritize actually setting action towards what you really need to do. And whether this may be hitting financial goals, because the first thing I pulled was the 8 of Pentacles. So you guys may even be worried about stability. But you guys are your biggest enemy when it comes to moving forward, because it's triggering some overthinking, and you guys are going to other people for advice on how you should run your life and live your life. And it's not in other people's hands. For some people, your journey is not going to be similar to the next person. They may be able to give you certain advice. They may be able to push you in a certain direction. However, when you have your destiny written in stone, it is going to be for you and you only. And you are in charge of writing that book. You are in charge of turning that page to the next chapter. Nobody is going to save you besides yourself. Pile number 1. I'll take another one from this deck here. Can I get a message from pile number 1? Okay. You got, get the F out your head. Get in your heart. It misses you. Confirmation. You guys are overthinking. Okay? Figure out what you truly need, what you truly want. Create that space for yourself, pile number 1. You are not going to be able to find that motivation that you are hoping for, or you won't be able to find that breakthrough that you're hoping for until you are able to practice these habits. You need to build new habits. These habits that you are building has to surround loving yourself. And that involves creating space in your life for the things that you want to do. And it doesn't have to be much in order to reach that gold, or I said that gold. You guys might be manifesting money. Or you guys are trying to get your finances in order. But you guys might be manifesting a financial goal or a goal for stability. And that takes dedication. Okay? Pile number 1, you have got to practice what you preach if you do have that plan set in stone. It just feels like you guys talk about it, but if you guys go towards it, you are afraid of making mistakes or not being perfect throughout the process, and that does not matter. Mistakes are meant to happen. If you fail at it, that's okay. You can try again. But at least you are in that 8 of Pentacles energy. You are in that energy of moving. You guys have to move your energy, pile number 1. Okay. I am going to go in with the Lantern Oracle. This is for some people, but it may be beneficial for you to surround yourself with plants. Surround yourself with life. Being able to clear the air. All right, Ancestors, Spirit Guides, can I have some additional messages as to what pile number 1 needs to know right now? What does pile number 1 need to know right now? Ooh, that one flew. Oh, I never got this card before. The unknown. Knowing the unknown. And it has a 5 there. You guys are afraid to move forward because you guys don't know what's ahead of you. There is a fear of not knowing. And this mindset, this perspective needs to pivot. Because we are never going to know what's going to happen in the future until we live it. We can only set ourselves up for success with the steps that we take in our present moment. And if you are not doing anything that's going to assist you in your future, for your future self, your higher self, you need to have a talk with yourself about what you need to do at this time, this current moment, to guide you in the right direction. And this may be a hard thing to do for some people, because nobody really wants to look at themselves in a critical way. And it's not in a way where you're overcritical, but it's constructive criticism. And you guys need to be able to realize what you're doing that is detrimenting to your mental health, your physical health. Take what resonates, but you guys need to figure out what you are doing that's bringing you down. And there is a mindset of being afraid of the unknown that is truly stopping you from being in that Queen of Wands energy and the Eight of Pentacles energy of actually doing what you need to do. Okay. And like this card says, get out of your head. Get out of your head and into your body. Pile number 1. Listen to yourself. You are ignoring yourself, pile number 1. I'll take one more for pile number 1. I really don't, I have to practice what I preach as well, because sometimes I worry about what's happening in the present moment, that I'm not getting certain things as immediately, even though, I only have a little bit of effort, or I only put forth a little bit of energy into a sort of project and expect a big return. So I just feel like when I'm in this mindset, I have to sit with myself and reevaluate what I already have and how I am different from when I was in the past. That's where that gratitude comes from. And I hate that BS where it's kind of like you have to be grateful for what you have in your current moment in order for you to be okay in your present. And while that's true, it's annoying to sit there and be like, well, I'm grateful I had food to eat, although I have crippling depression right now. You kind of don't believe it. You sit there and say those words without feeling connected to it. And it's the same energy with affirmations. Build your own affirmations. Don't look up anything that you see online. These are other people's beliefs. And if you are called to them, that's cool. But if you're just saying them hoping everything you're going to get is going to fall into your lap, it's not going to work like that. Because in this pile, when you put forth the energy, you will receive. But you have to send that message. You have to be in that energy. If you want to be in that millionaire mindset, you have to develop millionaire qualities. Okay? And a lot of people don't have it because of what? Maybe privilege, maybe not being able to grow up in a certain area or household that had these assets. That is completely understandable. However, we are in this process of reparenting ourselves. And if we need to get to where we want to be, we got to lock in. We got to stand on business. You got to stand on business, pile number one. And that is the hard pill to swallow. All right, I'm going to take one more card here for pile number one. Can I get some additional messages into what do they need to know right now? This might not be... Oh. All right. Weeping wound with the number 8. And you are not your wounds. Whoa, this is a powerful card. And this is a powerful energy. Pile number one, I need you to do something for me within this moment of time. And I need you to hold your heart. Hold your heart. And I need you to feel your warmth. And if you are hurting, I need you to sit with it. Pause this video and sit with it. And breathe. And breathe. And if you have an emotional reaction, allow it. Allow it. Because within this moment, within this time, you are accepting of yourself. You are allowed to feel that anger. You are allowed to feel this pain. Feel it. Allow yourself to feel. When you create that space, you will then open up a door of possibilities. This process might take a while. But what you are doing, what this activity is, okay? If you want to hug yourself, make sure your chest is covered. There is a message of covering here. If you want to hug yourself, go ahead and do that. Because pile number one, it is okay. Your destiny is bright. Your past may have been dark, but your destiny is bright. You got to get through that darkness, though, pile number one. And you got a hand to hold. There is a light at the end of that tunnel. Things are going to be okay. Whether this is a walk, jog, or a sprint, you are going to make it. You are going to make it. I believe in you, pile number one. And it is time for you to believe in yourself. Okay, that's all I have for you, pile number one. Thank you for listening. I hope you were able to take something that resonated. If not, feel free to pick another pile. Again, I am offering $1 aura readings for 10 minutes on my booking page. So if you are interested, check the description box below. There will also be links to my social media pages as well as nonprofit organizations in case you are inspired to be kind, to either donate or support. Okay. I love feedback. So leave a comment to share your insights. Tell me if you enjoyed the reading, how you were able to connect to it. All right. Thank you again. And remember to do something kind for yourself, pile number one, because you deserve it. With that being said, I'll see you in my next video. Peace. Hello, pile number two. If you chose the flower agate, as well as the... This picture is the funniest, and I just had to use it, but it's like the cat, like, being in the kitchen sink, and the other cat just looking at it. and it got the water running. But as funny as that picture is, what you need to know right now is don't be worried about what people thinking. Okay? That other cat looking inside the sink at that little kitty that's having a hard time. Like, the natural response to that is embarrassment, like annoyance. Like, don't let other people dictate where you're going in life. Don't allow their responses or their judgment to be the better end of where you think you're gonna go. Absolutely not. When you make mistakes, it is nothing but a stepping stone and a learning lesson. It is never something to be embarrassed about. Okay? I'm gonna go in, because I already just started shuffling at the gate with the Modern Witch Tarot deck. And I call in my ancestors, spirit guides, your guides, for our highest good and highest good only, to come through and help guide me with the messages. All right. What does pile number two need to know right now, ancestors, spirit guides? What does pile number two need to know right now? All right, I pulled the Five of Swords. Yeah, that's pretty accurate. You see those two people that are sad, and this person's looking back, but got all their assets in their hands. This is what they're taking with them, and this is what they're leaving behind. Right. So I'm getting a very complex message that when you put down a boundary and someone doesn't respond well to it, that is not your responsibility as to how they take it. It is not your responsibility to take on other people's problems, to take on other people's energy. Okay? If you need to pick up and go, you need to make not a second thought. There is nothing else that should be overthought. There is nothing else to go over. The decision is final and made. Because other people may not be aware of their actions. However, if it has become a continuation of something that has already ran its course, meaning they're not understanding your perspective constantly, you just feel like they are dedicated to misunderstanding you, you feel like they're in that time of their life where they don't have the capacity for you, let them go. Let them go. Pile number two. I keep saying pile number one because they had a bit of a similar message. Just a tiny bit of like letting things go. But the intensity is there, very similar to pile number one. And it may be something light. Some people may be able to take letting people go without a second thought. But for those that aren't, if you aren't already doing this, this energy is the next energy you need to step into. Okay. I'm going to take another card here. What does pile number two need to know right now? Okay. The Hanged One. Okay. I get the message that there's two sides to one story. Okay. Gaining, I just get with this vibe that you were able to see different perspectives with the Hanged One. And I feel like you get so hell bent on the so many responses or responsibilities that may come from expressing a certain boundary or expressing something that you truly want within authenticity, and expecting other people's responses. Okay. You guys may even be overthinkers. Again, very similar to pile number one. So if you were also called to that pile, I recommend it. But you guys are gifted with perspective. That is a gift, and it needs to be treated as such. When you are thinking about how somebody else feels or how they react, you are in their energy. They are taking that energy away from you. And you need to look at this in a stable way. And sometimes that does involve logic. You guys may be emotional based. You may work from your emotions more so than the logical reasoning of why you do certain things. And you guys may be a bit more of a sensitive character. And again, nothing wrong with that. It is an awareness that needs to be seen, because I don't know if this pile is in denial about that side of them, about feeling so heavily to the point where they sort of get weighed down by all of these messages that are coming in about other people. So with the Hanged One, know that your energy needs to be spaced out in a healthy way. And you overthinking in this way is not doing you any justice in any situation, because it makes you more stressed. And stress is the number one killer. I don't know if you didn't know or not. Stress is the number one killer. Okay. You want to be looking nice. You want to be looking glowy. You want that glow up for the summer, spring, hell, for the rest of your life. Be stingy with your energy. You kind of have to be cutthroat with it, with the Five of Swords, because it doesn't feel good. And not to say don't cry about it. It's going to hurt. Those emotions are going to come, but don't run from it. Because when you understand where those emotions truly come from, you are able to carry that awareness to your next connection with a more positive mind and way of being. And a part of this is knowing what you want, not what other people is expecting. So I'm going to get another card here. What does pile number to need to know right now? That was a lot. I want just one card here. Justice. You have the Justice card. I don't know if any of you are in any legal battles, but what you need to know right now is that things will end in your favor. You will have justice. You will receive justice for any wrongdoing. Anyone that has caused a abnormal amount of imbalance in your life, unwarranted, will receive that karma. Will receive that karmic debt. That's what you need to know right now, pile number 2. This is very specific for some people. If you don't take what resonates, just take what you can and leave the rest, okay? But with this Justice card, the scales are balancing out. It's ruled by Libra. Okay? Knowing what's right and what's wrong, and not creating any reason for somebody that is doing you wrong in your life, or a situation that's doing you wrong in your life, or hell, what you're doing to yourself that's not serving you in your life. No more excuses. Okay. I'm going to go in with the Rebel deck, and I'm going to be careful with some of my words from this deck because it'll be a little wild and I don't want YouTube to take it down. Take the video down. I don't know how the guidelines work. All right. This is the spirit guys. What does pile number 2 need to hear? Ancestors. Ooh, that was 2. Oh, I'll take both of them. Let's see. Stop effing whining. And no one wants to listen to that shit. Complaining makes you weak. You have the strength to change your world, so do it. Okay. So, pile number 2. Take your power back. Take your power back. Take your energy back from these people and demand it back. No pleas. No bargaining. Demand it back. No negotiations. Okay. You have take a effing trip. And it says go do some new things. Talk to people cooler than you. Okay. What's standing out to me is the cooler than you. There is is the word self-deprecation. Is that the word that I'm looking for? Self-pity going on that I'm sensing. And you have got to be aware of the terrible things that you may say about yourself to other people. If you're passive about, oh, well, you know, when people compliment you and you're like, no, you're pretty. And when someone says, oh, you're beautiful, you're pretty, and you're like, no. Being able to take in that compliment. But you are not aware of this. I see it sometimes when people make mistakes, and I started to be more conscious about it. Because of whatever I'm preaching to you guys, not even preaching, whatever I'm telling to you guys as advice is something that I have dealt with. So it's like getting on my own ass. And I already, in some ways I have. And I have to. But where my first point was, a lot of people use the language of, well, I'm so stupid. Well, I should have thought of that. Like, oh my God. Like, you're so stupid, like people call themselves stupid just like if they made a simple mistake or something like that. And this is only an example. But to speak to yourself a bit more kindly and be aware of what language you're using when you're not truly, like when you're working on autopilot and you feel like you're not there all the way, or you feel like you can't control your emotions. Just be aware of how you're feeling, and then you will realize that you were overly judging yourself. Okay, it's like you guys are more overly critical about yourselves. Now, it's very different from pile number one, because I feel like pile number one was going more on their autopilot mode, and they needed to be more aware. But you guys, some of you may be overly aware, where you nitpick at the most littlest things. So yeah, so get some things done. Do some new things. Talk to other people. If you guys battle with social anxiety, maybe join some Facebook groups that is geared more towards your interest. Maybe say hello to someone, a stranger one day. Stranger danger, be careful. Make sure you practice discernment with that. But, just practice saying hello and actually enjoying the small talk. I know for me that's hard, because I want to know about somebody's childhood trauma like immediately when we introduce our names. Like I want to go from A to Z. So it's like being able to take that first step, and don't judge yourself when you do. Okay. I feel like with this pile, once you are able to do this, you will realize it's not so bad. Like letting things go isn't really that bad. And I'm going to go in with the Lantern Oracle. All right. Ancestors, spirit guides. What does pile number 2 need to know right now? Ooh. I always have a hard time shuffling this deck. Or getting flyaways. I'll take that one. Very pretty imagery. Radical self-acceptance. You are perceived the way you perceive yourself. Okay. Yeah. Accept who you are. Own your mistakes. Own them. If you make a mistake, own it. Like that cat in the picture, That cat's going to be wet and embarrassed when it get out the sink. And that cat's, I don't know if cats have like emotions, but, just being like, you know what? Yeah, I fell in the sink. Whatever. But you know what I will be in 10 minutes? Dry. But it's just that acceptance that you got to carry with you. Pile number 2. Just be like, yeah, I did that. Yeah, I let them go. And what? They may come back in the future, and that will be up to me whether I want to allow them back in my life, or that's going to be up to me when I want to allow the situation back. Take it, whatever resonates in whatever situation that you're in. But this is a beautiful image for those that are suffering from any body dysmorphia or any insecurities about their looks. You are truly beautiful, and it's time for you to see it with a clear lens. You do have a lot to offer, and it's time for you to see it with a clear perspective. All right. I'll take one more. I'll take this one. Oh my goodness. And I carried this card in my purse with me because I connected to it so much. And it says, Spirit Self, be who you are as you are. Okay. Yeah. Accept that this is who you are, good or bad. Good or bad. Different strokes for different folks. Okay, pile number 2. You are enough as you are. And please remember that every waking second of your life. All right. That is all I have for you, pile number 2. If you enjoyed this reading, leave a like, comment, and subscribe. I hope you were able to take something that resonated. If not, feel free to pick another pile. And again, I'm offering $1 aura readings on my booking page, and I have this offer up until November. So if you're interested, click that link down in the description. All right. Not only do I have links to support my channel on my social media, I have links to support nonprofit organizations. All right. With that being said, I hope you do something kind for yourself today, pile number 2, because you deserve it. And I'll see you in my next video. Peace. Hello, pile number 3. If you chose the carnelian, welcome to your reading. I'll put it over there. If you chose the image of the cat with the wine glass, y'all are over it, huh? I wouldn't be surprised if I think it was the 3 cups. I wouldn't be surprised if I pulled that card and she got a shirt that says just over it. All right, but be careful of overconsumption with that little wine glass in the picture. But I know y'all are over people's BS. Okay, I know y'all are over it. Let me pull from the Modern Witch Tarot deck. I just started shuffling. Here you go. All my decks are going to be down in the description, but I just pulled the five of wands. So you guys are over conflict, disagreements with the 5 of wands, of things just not going your way. Okay, that wine glass is, it's like a feel good. Something that will make you feel good. What's the benefits of wine? I think they said it kind of lowers your blood pressure. It either lowers or raises it. I can't think of it, but red wine, it's making me feel like you are battling a lot with your stability and how you root yourself when it comes to other people and connection with other entities in yourself. Okay, this doesn't always have to be other people, but there seems to be a disconnect of harmony that you are dealing with, or that have recently overcome or healed from. Take it how you resonate. Okay. With the Five of Wands here, it's saying you don't have to fight anymore. You don't have to fight for your place in other people's lives anymore. You can get out of that fight or flight mode. Pile number 3, you operate in a fight or flight mode. And you are just simply tired. So with that being said, what you need to know right now, pile number 3, is to prioritize that rest period. I don't know if you are constantly in battle with yourself. Let me go ahead and pick another pile here so I have more of an idea with what this truly is or what it's highlighting. Ancestor spirit guides for the highest good and highest good only. What does pile number 3 need to know right now? Okay. What does pile number 3 need to know right now? 7 of Wands. There's a lot of Wands. Action taking energy. Always having to be on the go. Yes, this is my fight or flight pile here. I don't know if you grew up in turbulent households when you were growing up. Something was always happening in the household. Always expecting something. Always being on edge. You guys might deal with a lot of anxiety. Pile number 3. And you need to regulate your nervous system. You need to be in a feeling of flow. And you can be into this action or energy, because it is both. Being in flow can be action and energy simultaneously. You can be in this energy while doing anything. Washing the dishes, folding clothes, praying, reading, working on a painting or creating a piece. You need to be in a moment of flow where it creates a streamline of nothingness. Okay, so when you're in flow, you're focused. So your body is calling you to make a space for peace. Okay, make space for peace with the seven of Wands. She's in this way, I see her putting these wands down at as, all right, this is my last one. This is my last piece on the fence that I have to make. All right, what's my next one? And with the 7 of Wands, admire the work you have done. Okay. When you are always operating in this fight or flight energy, it's easy to say stop and smell the flowers. When you have been in this energy all your life, it's not going to be that easy. So what you have to do, if you can't easily step away from something, is to acknowledge what it is and how you handle it now versus how you handled things before, because there is a growth here. What you need to know right now is that you have grown and you aren't appreciating that like you need to. You aren't appreciating your growth at its highest potential. Because this moment is going to pass you by. And it's going to be another situation that will come your way, but appreciate the process in between. Okay, because you work hard. You do, pile number 3. And it needs to be acknowledged. All right, ancestors, spirit guides, and I got the star. And I love how this comes at the bottom of the deck. You might be ruled by Saturn. I don't typically channel zodiac signs very well since I'm learning more about it. But with the star card here, it is ruled by Aquarius. So if you're ruled by Saturn, Capricorn, Aquarius, you don't have to be these signs. This could be prominent in your chart, or this could be confirmation if you are these signs. But with the star card here, know that you are the star of the show. And I mean this literally. I always explain these cards as her nurturing her emotional body and her physical body, because she's pouring water on earth and within the water itself, and she is completely naked. She's vulnerable while she's doing this. So being vulnerable in a way where you're able to acknowledge that these are the fights that I have fought, and I know that there is going to be more to come in my future. But what I appreciate now is the moment of reflection, that I've learned lessons from this conflict or this situation that didn't necessarily work out, or that may be causing me so much emotional turmoil and inner stress. I am no longer harboring all of this stress. You know, I give it to you, I give it to the universe, I give it to God, whomever you pray. Okay? And when you do that, this star energy comes into play, because you will realize you have worth. And that there is beauty in vulnerability. Okay, I'm going to go in with the Rebel deck. All right. I'm going to filter some of my words because this deck is wild a little bit. And I don't want YouTube to take this video down. But I'm going to just show it to y'all. All right. Ooh, already. Some good issues about to happen. Don't let your issues fuck it up. Okay. I don't know why I bleeped out shit and said fuck. Don't make no sense. Pile number 3, you're overthinking. This is when you're in your flight mode. Don't self-sabotage, because you are anticipating the worst. Have you ever considered what would happen if things worked out for you? Have you ever tried to truly be in that higher self, to feel what it felt like when you were at your worst, and now to feel what it feels like when you are here now? Have you ever tried to look at yourself how you are now, truly from a lens of goodness? Pile number 1. Pile number 3. Okay. I'm going to get another card here. Don't effing force it. Allow that shit to come to you. Look, I did it again. It's like flip-flop this time. All right. This card reminds me of the Seven of Wands. I'm getting things out of the mix. It reminds me of the Seven of Wands because it kind of looks like they're forcing energy here. Because the Wands energy is a force. Okay? Don't push or don't pull. Be in a flow-like state. If it leaves, it leaves. If it comes, it comes. Do not hold on to anything with a tight hand. But also don't let the good things slip from your fingers. Okay, so I'm going to look at this again. Allow it to come to you. Yeah. Okay. Practice the art of detachment, pile number 3. Okay. I'm going to go in with the Lantern Oracle. All right, what does pile number 3 need to know right now? What is pile number? Ooh. I have been pulling some of the most beautiful cards, and I haven't seen them before. Look at that. Very pretty imagery with the owl in the picture. Again, this screams very powerful. You guys carry a force with you. Okay, you guys can handle the power of change. For those of you that constantly tell themselves like I don't understand why I go through this, like I don't deserve this, you know, and I get it. Some of you may be over it, but it is to showcase your true talent, strength, ability, and blessing that will give you the most reward and prosperity in your life. Okay. It's the ability to get things done. I didn't even read this, and it's like the imagery here is so powerful that if I get a sense of knowing, you guys may be claircognizant, but you guys carry a sense of knowing, whether you believe it or not. If you are into different spiritual concepts, you guys would be interested in researching the Akashic records. Okay, I have false beliefs. If you guys didn't read it before I did, once the untruths that we believe about ourselves are illuminated, so are the ways we can release the false limitations they confine us to. Yes. Yep. It's like overtaking other people's beliefs, false beliefs about you. You guys may be susceptible to people talking about you, like rumors. And it's because you guys have such a force. You guys have such a light. You guys truly are special. And it's not up to you to force people to understand that. It's only up to you to continue to embody. Pile number 3. I'll take one more. What does pile number 3 need to know right now? What does pile number 3 need to know right now? Take one more. Ooh, I'm going to take this one. Or this one. I'll take this one. Which one do I want to take? The one that just landed upright. Okay. I'm going to take this one. Transitions with 37. You have all of the inner resources if you need to cross whatever bridges that arise on your path. It was a little hard to read through the camera because it's so dark. Yeah, this definitely confirms what I was saying earlier about the Akashic records, because whatever you need to know is already within. Truly, with this pile here, you guys have a lot to access. What you need to know right now, pile number 3, is that there is more to love within you. There is more to explore within you. It is not over. Just because you keep encountering the same things does not mean it is over. It means something new is on the horizon. It means you need to prepare for it as well. And in order for you to do that, you have to be aware of what beliefs you're taking in. It's easy to say, oh, man, I really don't care. I really don't give a shit about the situation. But you go back and you kind of ruminate on it. So be aware of your thinking, of your internal conflict, and being able to acknowledge what point you're at in your life. Because you have such great strength that you have displayed over a course of time. Okay. But pile number 3, it's time for you to go into your soft girl era. your soft girl era. Although you will always have this fighter inside you. So, with anything, you will always need balance. All right, that's all I have for you, pile number 3. If you didn't take anything that resonates, feel free to pick another pile. I will also like to say that I am offering $1 aura readings, and the link is down in the description below. This offer is only going to be until the end of November. So if you're interested, go ahead and click that link. On my booking page, I have links to support not only my channel, but nonprofit organizations to also support. All right, and I appreciate your feedback. Please like, comment, and subscribe if you enjoyed this reading. And just let me know if you felt called to this reading in your story, if you also feel called to do that. All right. With that being said, I hope you do something kind for yourself, pile number 3, because you deserve it. And I will see you in my next video. Peace.